Are you searching for a neighborhood that your kids will absolutely love? Maybe a neighborhood loaded with family-friendly amenities, low crime rates, and great schools to go with it? Then this video is going to be for you. I'm going to give you 7 recommendations on neighborhoods that are absolutely perfect for raising a family and your kids, so stay tuned. What is up, everyone? I'm your man Wesley Guest, and like I said, in this video we're going to cover ideal neighborhoods that are absolutely perfect for raising families and for kids. And make sure to stick around till the end. Neighborhood number 7 is awesome, but for some reason people seem to overlook how good this neighborhood can be for, or can actually be for, kids. But real quick, if this is your first time in my channel and you want to learn everything about living in San Diego, like where to live, eat, sleep, work, play, then please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, and maybe consider smashing that like button for me. And if you or someone you know is thinking about moving to, from, or inside San Diego, don't be shy about getting a hold of me. I love making videos like this, but the truth is I love helping amazing people like yourself get into the real estate game even more. If there's anything I can do to help you reach your real estate goals, I will 100% make it happen. All right, let's dive right in. For this list, I went a little bit overboard again, but here are the key factors I looked at to come up with this list. Number 1, I took into account public school grades and quality. Number 2, higher education rates. Number 3, cost of living grade is extremely important, so we looked at that. Number 4, crime and safety grade based on violent and property crime rates. Number 5, housing grade based on home values, property taxes, housing costs, local schools, and a few other minor things. Number 6, I looked at a grade on family amenities such as access to parks, libraries, cultural activities, and family or other family oriented activities in general. Number 7, I looked at my own personal experiences in the neighborhood and if I actually like it. Number 8, I looked at outdoor activity grades based on the weather, air quality, access to parks, and other recreational opportunities that might be close by. Number 9, I looked at percent of households with children, right? You live on a street, you're a kid, you want your neighbors to have kids, you want to have your friends in the neighborhood. Number 10, I looked at the walkability grade for the areas, or the walk score. Finally, number 11, I looked at residents 17 years or old or under, based on the latest US Census data that was available. If a neighborhood didn't grade high in all of these areas, then they did not make the list. Let's do this. All right, so neighborhood number 1 is going to be Torrey Hills. Torrey Hills is just about what I would say is an A+ all around or all across the board. If you live here, expect top schools, minimal crime rates. Your neighbors are going to be mostly families. You're going to have access to tons and tons of social activities and easy access for your commutes. You're basically in Torrey Hills overlooking the 5 freeway to the south. The one downside here in this neighborhood is going to be the cost of living. Real estate prices are not cheap in one of the most desirable family neighborhoods in San Diego. There are some rental options, but most residents own their own home in this neighborhood. You're going to have semi-walkable access to restaurants, coffee shops, parks, located in either Torrey Hills Center to the east and Torrey Hills Neighborhood Park. It's a pretty amazing place to reside for kids and the entire family. Great place to grow up. Neighborhood number 2 is going to be right next to Torrey Hills. We're going to take a look at Carmel Valley. Because it's located so close to Torrey Hills, you can also expect top schools, minimal crime rates. Once again, your neighbors are going to be mostly families. Many social family type activities will be happening. You're going to have easy access once again for your commute. And once again, the big downside is going to be the cost of living, primarily housing. Most of the residents in Carmel Valley own their own home, but there are a few rental options available. One big difference in Carmel Valley versus Torrey Hills is the actual sheer size of the area that makes up Carmel Valley. It's a much bigger area than Torrey Hills, and the population is much bigger. In Carmel Valley, Delmar Highland shopping center is huge. You can find grocery stores, pet stores, movie theaters, and all kinds of other retail stores and coffee shops. It's my go-to shopping stop for the area for sure. You're also going to have Piazza Carmel to the south, which is great and full of shops and restaurants. There's also going to be many parks and places to hike or get outdoors with the kids. Awesome neighborhood. By the way, if you're interested in a neighborhood that I didn't mention, but it's located in one of these areas, don't worry, it just means it didn't hit the mark on one of my personal criteria. You remember those 11 items? That list was huge. Maybe your criteria is different or better than mine. Let's proceed. Neighborhood number 3 is going to be Poway. People often think of Poway as being in North San Diego, but it's really not. Kind of lies right up the 15 or down the 15, I suppose, depending where you live. It's gonna have great schools, phenomenal shopping centers, low crime rates, a very suburban type of feel. Poway's incredibly popular. There are parts that feel extremely rural, and after about 2 minutes in a car ride, it feels like they can turn into modern suburbia basically in a heartbeat. It's very clean. People tend to be very friendly. It's also a very close commute for many of the large companies that are located nearby, such as Sony, Qualcomm, and there's so many more. Okay, neighborhood number 4 is going to be La Mesa. La Mesa is an excellent neighborhood to raise a family or to be a kid. There are plenty of fun parks. It's a great school district, actually. Every Friday, there is a very impressive farmer's market that happens along La Mesa Boulevard. Pretty much brings out the entire neighborhood is what it feels like. In this area, you're also going to find many family-friendly type of restaurants lining the streets, little shops for kids, everything you could possibly need. You also have Lake Murray, which is part of the Mission Trails regional park system, so think like hiking or mountain biking. Also has a fantastic library in La Mesa. Okay, neighborhood number 5 is going to be Encinitas. I've covered Encinitas in other videos, but Encinitas is amazing. It's an awesome and diverse community. It's not only a suburb in San Diego, it's technically its own city. The city, or Encinitas, I should say once again, is made up of Encinitas, Cardiff, Leucadia, and Lebanon. If you live here, expect top schools, very low crime rates, a very coastal living feel. It's an amazing surf town. Some walkability to shores, the restaurants, schools, and coffee shops. I spent a ton of time here. My brother and sister-in-law just moved there. It's an amazing community. You have everything from amazing play parks for the kids, top surf spots, some of the best surf spots, and beaches, and even horseback riding to the east. I'd say the main negative here is going to be similar to Carmel Valley or Torrey Hills. It's going to be the cost of living or the cost of housing. There's a hefty price to pay for this amazing neighborhood. Okay, neighborhood number 6 is going to be Bonita. So Bonita checks all the boxes as far as good schools, lower crime rates, numerous grassy parks, trails, open spaces, beautiful nature to enjoy in general. It's a huge plus for me. There are going to be great restaurants, shopping, another weekly farmer's market. It's just a great community to consider for your kids or your family. The cost of housing is a little bit less than some of the other neighborhoods in San Diego, which could be a huge plus, although still relative to other parts of San Diego, it is semi-expensive. All right, so the final neighborhood, neighborhood number 7, our mystery neighborhood that people don't think of sometimes when it comes to raising a family, is going to be Clairemont Mesa. Clairemont Mesa is huge. So just about everyone has heard of or been to Clairemont, I think, that might live in San Diego. It's a huge place, and it's an incredibly popular place for families and kids, or first-time homeowners who seek out their first home. It's no wonder it definitely checks most of the boxes as far as safety, family type of activities available, parks, shopping centers close by, and good schools. And a quick note here, Clairemont is actually made up of 5 different communities or sub-communities. You're gonna have Bayho, you're gonna have Bay Park, you're gonna have Clairemont East, Clairemont West, Clairemont North, and Sunset. So in Clairemont, you can expect a semi-dense suburban type of feel with many or most of the residents owning their homes. There are a decent amount of rental options as well. That's gonna be homes, apartments, condominiums. You have a pretty good mix. There are lots of restaurants in the area. I mean, it's a massive area. You're gonna have all kinds of different shopping plazas, coffee shops, and parks. Gonna be bars. Not great for the kids, right? Bars, but you're definitely gonna have bars available for those late nights after the kids maybe go to bed. There's a movie theater in Clairemont Town Square right next to the Krispy Kreme that I really like. It reminds me of the theaters I grew up with. The public schools in Clairemont Mesa are above average. Alrighty, so those are gonna be my 7 neighborhoods that I recommend for kids or families to live in. Like I said before, there are tons of other great San Diego neighborhoods in addition to these 7. Let us know, and do it in the comments. Let us know. If you have other neighborhoods you want to recommend, we want to hear about it. So please let us know in the comments. And don't forget, if you or someone is thinking about making that move to, from, or inside San Diego, don't be shy about getting a hold of me. I want to keep making more videos like this, but I'd rather be helping you get into the real estate game. If there is anything I can do to help you reach your real estate goals, I'm going to 100% make it happen. Thank you for watching or listening if you're on the podcast, and check back soon. I publish videos at least once a week, usually more. I'll see you in the next one.